have our roller C-axis moving at 7.32 revolutions per second. We get the registration mark, it stops, moves a defined distance, and then tells the A-axis to move. Our C-axis continues, waits for another registration marks, and repeats the process. With our A-axis, we have it move a certain position, then we apply a constant torque for 1.2 seconds with a voltage of 0.09 to create a pulling force of a pound. And again, it's repeatable. We use Hall sensors for our homing so that we can repeat the process. So to find our cutting head needs to supply 2.5 pounds of force when cutting and sealing. So in order to do that, to find the correct voltage, because our torque can be related directly towards the voltage, we hooked up an analog signal that would supply 0 to 12 volts. And so we tested through multiple different settings in order to figure out what was the ideal voltage to supply to have the cutter head produce 2.5 pounds of force. So right now we're at 0 volts. We give it a little bit over time. You can see it starts to speed up, gets past that breakaway torque. The more I give it, the more voltage it'll supply, but we are at a slow RPS, so that's why it's moving so slowly.
One limitation. Go ahead.
And when we supply 0 volts to it, you see it stops. Keep moving it until finally it gets the voltage it needs to find that breakaway torque for the actual linear stage itself.
One limitation that was discovered is due to the fact of the actual limit switches on the cutting axis, aka the A-axis. Due to the pre-programmed distance of which the cutting head moves, in this case 8 inches, in order to adjust this distance, it has to be done within the code. This cannot be adjusted manually through these switches, which will require an engineer to go through the code and actually adjust it as opposed to a technician.
So we want to show the A-axis moves a defined set position. Right now the calipers is set up to 1.023 inches, which is 26 millimeters, which is the exact distance that we want this linear stage to move before it starts to apply constant pressure for 1.5 seconds. So as you can see, we hit the registration mark. It's going to move to that distance, stop, and then it's going to apply the pressure. Again, this is repeatable because it comes right back to the same start position. The calipers have not been moved. Goes directly to the point, and then right back.